KSAT 12. The Nightbeat starts right now.
A shooting in one location leading to a standoff at another. We first brought you these stories on the news at 5. Since then, we've learned a shooting on the northeast side connected to a standoff that led to a lockdown at St. Philip's College.
Now, the Night Team's John Barajas was at both of those scenes today and joins us with a breakdown of that situation. John Paul.
Now, San Antonio police tells us this all began as a shooting call outside of an apartment complex on North Foster Road. The suspects from that shooting then fled to a home on Walter Street that's next to the St. Philip's College MLK campus. Now, when officers arrived at the apartment on North Foster before 5 this afternoon, they found one person in his late teens or early 20s seriously injured. He was taken to the hospital. And at last check, he was in critical condition. The suspects from that shooting then took off and made their way to the house next to St. Philip's. And the college campus sending out lockdown notifications to students and staff shortly after. SAPD and SWAT remained outside that house for several hours and left around 8:45. A police sergeant at that scene told me 8 people were detained, but tonight it's not clear how many of those people are suspects and facing charges. Anything else found in that house?
Not ready to discuss at this time. It's an active investigation, as you can imagine, happened here just a few hours ago. So, no, I'm not going to discuss any evidence or items that may or may not have been found in the house.
Any idea why these people might have been involved in the shooting on North Foster?
No, we definitely don't have that motive at this time. It's too soon for that.
Meanwhile, throughout the chaos at St. Philip's, some classes were canceled and others were moved from in-person to virtual. Tonight, the campus says all classes will resume as planned for tomorrow. Stay with us both on air and online at KSAT.com for the latest. Steve, Stefania.
JP, thank you. Now to a Nightbeat update. Last night, we told you about this man, 40-year-old Joseph Rene Caballero, who was arrested this past weekend. The Bexar County Sheriff's Office says that he sexually assaulted a 14-year-old girl who was a student at his jiu-jitsu school. Now, Caballero has since bonded out of jail, and his school, the Exception Squad, remains open for business. So today we went to that studio near Culebra and Ingram Roads. One woman who works nearby says that she's canceling plans to send her son to that school after Caballero's arrest.
It hurts me. Deep inside, it hurts me more than anything because, even though it's not my daughter, that affects me as a parent.
So Bexar County Sheriff Javier Salazar believes that there could be more victims out there. If you or someone you know is a victim, please call the Sheriff's Office. The number's on your screen. It's 210-335-6000.
He did shoot at a police officer. A warning before this next story. Some of you may find this next video hard to watch. That man was shot 20 times by San Antonio police. He is now paralyzed. Attorneys for Celedino Saldana argue SAPD officers used excessive force against him. Saldana got into a shootout with police back in 2022 when he was 18. Officers were pursuing him as a potential suspect in a shooting. When police found him, he refused to stop. Saldana's attorneys say he did fire towards officers once, but they say what he received in return was excessive force.
He shoots that one initial time. What do? Shoot towards him almost 100 times. Almost majority of that time he is on the ground on his stomach.
I got out of my vehicle and I believe I said something along the lines of "don't do it." And I saw a muzzle flash, I heard a gunshot, and next thing I know I was hit in the face with something. With adrenaline, I don't know if I had gotten shot in the face.
Saldana faces 1 charge of attempted capital murder of a police officer, 2 charges of aggravated assault of a public servant. If he is found guilty, he faces anywhere from 5 to 99 years or life in prison. Got a scam alert to tell you about now from San Antonio Police. The department says scammers are pretending to be law enforcement officers. SAPD posted this message on their Facebook page earlier today. In many cases, the scammers are calling from a number that closely resembles a city phone number. They say they are law enforcement officers. They tell the person who answers they are being investigated and they need to pay them in order to clear themselves. Police will never call asking for money. If you think you're a victim of this scam that's going around, you can call SAPD's non-emergency number 210-207-7273.
Okay, switching gears now. Awesome news for drivers in San Antonio. You all know that that traffic that you've been dealing with on the northwest side of town because of closures at I-10 and Loop 1604. Well, today TxDOT announced that for 6 weekends, there will be minor or no closures along that busy interchange. And that should last through Labor Day. We posted the full construction schedule for you on KSAT.com. So that should be good. And by the way, we know that's not the only place seeing construction in San Antonio. That's why we've got you covered. Just scan the QR code on your screen and it'll take you to our traffic authority page on KSAT.com. That's where we have a complete list of road closures and detours to save you time on your commute.
Ford F-150 owners, listen up. More than 550,000 pickup trucks being recalled over transmission issues. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration says it's affecting F-150s made in 2014. There are reports that the powertrain and transmission are losing signal, meaning drivers can lose control, increasing the chances of a crash. Ford will notify affected owners by mail early next month.
You ready? We're 2 days from the first presidential debate of this election cycle. On Thursday night, President Joe Biden and former President Donald Trump will go head-to-head again. The two debated twice in 2020, but Thursday night's debate is going to be a lot different because no audience is going to be there, and microphones are also going to be muted while the other person is talking. You could watch it live on KSAT or on any of our streaming platforms.
And KSAT is your home for election coverage from now through November. Scan the QR code right here. It'll take you to our Vote 2024 page where you can find everything you need to know about local and national elections.
So now let's go to your Nightbeat News Flash. Former President Donald Trump can now talk about the witnesses and jury from his hush money trial. A New York judge overseeing that case rolled back parts of the so-called gag order that limited what Trump can say about the people involved in that case. Now, here's the rule. The rule is that he can't reveal the jurors' identities in that New York case. He also can't discuss prosecutors, court staff, or their families. The former president was convicted of falsifying business records last month. Now, the revised order is going to stay in place until he's sentenced July 11th. The man who's been avoiding espionage charges from the U.S. government for more than 10 years is about to be a free man. Remember that guy? Julian Assange? The WikiLeaks founder struck a deal with the U.S. Justice Department. He's pleading guilty to a felony charge related to his alleged role in one of the largest breaches of classified material. Prosecutors are going to seek a 62-month prison sentence, but hold on, because that's exactly how long he's already spent in a high-security prison in London, so it's going to count as time served. Now, eventually, Assange is going to go to Australia, where he'll be reunited with his wife and his sons. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention are now warning about dengue fever. I know it's been a while since you've heard about it. The CDC reporting a record 745 cases so far this year. Now, most of the people they're seeing that are getting sick are coming from warmer climates. Symptoms include aches, pains, typically in the eyes, rash, and nausea. Now, if you have those symptoms and you've been traveling, call your doctor. And that's a look at your Nightbeat News Flash. Can't believe the time is here, but this week, several KSAT fan favorites are going to be calling it a career, like Jesse Degollado, who for 40 years has covered stories all around South Texas and given a voice to the many people who didn't have one. Now, so streaming now, Jesse sat down with Erica Hernandez. They spoke about Jesse's legendary career and fondest memories. You can catch that conversation on all of our streaming platforms.
The city has approved the next phase of a Black History Project here in San Antonio. So coming up tonight on the Nightbeat, what some of these markers you may have seen across San Antonio mean and what the next step of this project looks like.
Plus, are the San Antonio missions staying in San Antonio? Well, the deciding factors will likely end up being a new ballpark. Next on the Nightbeat, we're going to hear what Mayor Ron Nirenberg has to say about a new stadium for the team. Yeah, we want to take a moment to remember the night the Spurs dynasty was born. 25 years ago tonight, the Spurs defeated the New York Knicks in the 1999 NBA Finals. The first of 5 Larry O'Brien trophies that reside right here in the Alamo City. Larry and Mary will have more on the 99 Spurs coming up a little bit later in sports. But as we head into break, here's some of the sights and sounds from the celebrations that night in downtown San Antonio. Take it.
Everybody's talking about San Antonio. Go, go, go!
This is a classy celebration here in San Antonio. You can see this one person here already has an NBA Champions t-shirt right here. Look at this right here, NBA Champions.
Welcome back. Hidden Histories of San Antonio's East Side will soon be shown in a new way. The city has approved 4 markers for the Denver Heights neighborhood to highlight Black history in our city. The Night Team's Avery Everett spoke with the people behind the project about the push for preservation.
There's so much history.
San Antonio's East Side has thousands of stories to tell.
The East Side is rich in culture.
From the places to the people, Black history is rooted here. But there's community concern that it could be lost as the city changes.
Buildings are being torn down, schools are being demolished, and then there's no history of who went there, what it meant to the community at one time.
That's why the East Side Markers Project exists, to keep those memories alive.
A lot of our older areas have been torn down, and there's no other way to remember somebody other than to place this plaque.
The group San Antonio for Growth on the East Side has been working on this project with the city's tax increment reinvestment zone since 2018. Last year, the team placed 3 historic markers in the Denver Heights neighborhood, like this one outside Mount Zion.
He actually was a member of the NAACP.
A year later, the city approved an additional 4 locations.
How would you describe those 8 locations?
A mix of emotions.
They're at 226 North Hackberry, 506 Montana, 202 Connolly, and 935 Iowa. Plaques have been ordered and should be installed by the fall.
It's stepping stones to get here.
With so many stories, this is all just a starting point.
Every neighborhood has its own story.
To memorialize San Antonio's East Side history, one marker at a time. Avery Everett, KSAT 12 News.
Every neighborhood has its own story. Well, there's been lots of talk about a potential new Spurs arena. Also recently been discussions about a new ballpark for the San Antonio Missions. As a matter of fact, last week, Bexar County Judge Peter Sakai told us he would be open to a public-private partnership to bring a new ballpark downtown. Mayor Ron Nirenberg joined us on our KSAT Q&A segment on the News at 6, and we asked him about Judge Sakai's comments.
I'm glad to hear the county say that, because that's what's necessary to make sure that the missions have a new ballpark for the future to remain present here in San Antonio. I have had discussions with the missions about what a new ballpark could look like and what would be required from the city. We're continuing.
That just a portion of our interview with Mayor Ron Nirenberg. Got mixed up there. Mayor Ron Nirenberg. You can watch our full interview over on KSAT Plus.
All right, so I don't even know why we're having a weather segment today. Isn't it just you've been saying copy and paste?
Because we've got some dust headed our way.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what's different.
We do. We have some African dust headed our way. And it's important to note, we are now in stage 3 watering restrictions for SAWS customers. And we have more on that on our website, ksat.com. More information there. But stage 3 is in effect. All right, let's get to our headlines. And when it comes to rain, we just have a few stray coastal showers every day, highly isolated and just closer to the Gulf Coast. Sometimes they can make it into Lavaca County, DeWitt County, and Cards County. Heat index is going to be important the next several afternoons, between 104 and 108. African dust arrives by late Friday. So let's talk about it. It's that time of year when the dust gets picked up off the Saharan desert in Africa and carried by the trade winds across the Atlantic. And these darker browns, that's where the dust is this thickest right now over the Caribbean and parts of the Western Atlantic. But notice over the next few days, some lighter amounts of that dust spread westward and make it to Texas by late Friday and early Saturday. Really, it's just going to give us a little extra haze in our sky and also more vibrant sunrises and sunsets. That's mostly all you're going to notice from this as we get on into the upcoming weekend. As for the tropics, the Saharan air layer, African dust, is related to the tropics and it can suppress hurricane formation sometimes. It can get in the way of it. But we're watching this little weak wave here that just entered the Caribbean. It's headed westward. There's a slight chance it could actually develop a little bit more in the next 5 to 7 days as it heads toward the southern Gulf and Bay of Campeche. Unfortunately, even if there was some good moisture and energy with it, it looks like it would miss our area. Whereas last week we were lucky. We tapped into some tropical energy and tropical moisture. Upper level high, Big Blue H, still circulating in West Texas. That's where it's centered. Close enough to influence our weather, of course. But what's interesting is it's that time of year now, monsoon season in the western U.S. And you don't think of the desert Southwest as getting much rain, but this is the time of year they do. And it's the upper level high, the heat high, with that clockwise circulation that helps pull Pacific moisture into Arizona. And so they've been getting some of the active weather and even stretching into Utah. For us around here, you look at our rainfall totals today. Very minimal. These little blue blotches on the screen, estimates of under 1/4 inch. But this goes to show where the rain pops up in the afternoon this time of year. And it's similar yesterday, similar tomorrow and the days ahead. Topped out at 98 today. It's 5 degrees above average, the record, 103. Made it to 101 in Del Rio. Otherwise, most of the state was in the 90s. Of course, if I move out of the way, you'll see El Paso 108, right under the center of that heat high. So far, 7 100-degree days this year. And actually, we don't have any back in the forecast within the foreseeable future. I think we'll be just shy of it. 78 in the morning tomorrow. Very sticky. 91 at noon. About 96 the high temperature. Feeling like it's closer to 105, give or take a few degrees in the afternoon. Carrizo Springs 100 tomorrow. Del Rio up to 102. New Braunfels about 96 for the high temperature. By and large, mid-90s for most of us, closer to 100 along the Rio Grande. Partly cloudy every day. Until we get into next week, we won't have as much in terms of the morning cloud cover. And not much variety there in temperatures. Upper 70s in the mornings, at mid-90s in the afternoons. I mentioned the stage 3 watering restrictions. That goes into effect. More information, KSAT.com. But the aquifer, nearly 30 feet below average for this time of year. And we are getting into our typically dry season when we rely on tropical systems to bring us moisture if we get any. And you look outside in live cam this evening, and fairly clear sky, but the low clouds will slowly start to fill in. And again, by Saturday, we'll have some of that African dust in the air. Just light amounts, though.
Thank you.
All right, 25 years ago tonight, I was downtown, walking around, high-fiving, sharing some adult beverages.
Love it.
Because the next day I was waiting for the Spurs to get back to town to celebrate their first championship. By this time tomorrow night, Mary, we're going to know the newest members of the Spurs.
Yeah, it's definitely a new generation and a new time period from when you're talking about. But yeah, the draft is tomorrow. Larry Ramirez is in Brooklyn getting us prepared for what the Spurs need to do to maximize Victor Wembanyama's abilities with their league-high 4 picks. Also some news involving the Nets, and it's official. Jim Schlossnagle ditches the maroon for burnt orange. That and more right after the break. Avery Johnson splashed from the corner with 47 seconds left in regulation would go down in Spurs history forever. Title number 1 in big board sports. How about this news to get you ready for tomorrow's NBA draft? In an offseason that appeared very bleak for the Brooklyn Nets, the Nets struck a deal with the New York Knicks, trading away Mikal Bridges for Bojan Bogdanovic and a huge haul of draft picks, including 4 unprotected first-round picks. This will reunite Bridges with his 3 former Villanova teammates, Jalen Brunson, Josh Hart, and Dante DiVincenzo. All right, let's send it now to Larry Ramirez in Brooklyn reporting on the San Antonio Spurs.
Thanks, Mary. You know, last year it was cut and dry. We all knew the Spurs were going to select Victor Wembanyama, but this year that's not the case. We really have no idea who the Spurs are going to select. With 2 top 10 picks, they certainly have a lot of options to maximize Wemby's abilities on the court. ESPN NBA draft analyst Jeremy Wu says the way Victor plays on the court certainly makes it easier.
His versatility, being skilled, having the size to play multiple positions, the cover that he gives you defensively, you can do a lot of different things. So I think the biggest thing will be continuing to have good spacing around him. You want to be able to give him space to operate. You want to put shooters on the floor to let him, if you double team him, he can pass over the double team, like to maximize that. And defensively, he can cover for guys who are not as, good of defenders, just having him out there. So, where they land in this draft, where there's a lot of guys who are very different skill sets, I think will be interesting to see.
Oh, it's going to be fun to see how it all shakes down tomorrow night live right here on KSAT 12. Mary, back to you in San Antonio.
Thank you, Larry. All right, the first round of the NBA draft begins tomorrow night at 7 o'clock at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn. It'll be live to watch right here on KSAT 12, and the second round gets underway on Thursday. All right, check out these scenes from the KSAT 12 sports archives of a glorious time on the Riverwalk. The Spurs won their first championship on June 25th, 1999, beating the Knicks 78-77 in Game 5 to win this series 4-1. That kicked off one big party with Spurs fans celebrating all around the Alamo City.
I left my family to be the coach at Texas A&M. I took the job at Texas A&M to never take another job again, and that hasn't changed in my mind.
Well, it did now. Not even 24 hours after A&M's runner-up finish in the Men's College World Series final, Jim Schlossnagle is leaving College Station to become the new head coach at rival Texas. It was just yesterday the Longhorns announced it was parting ways with now former head coach David Pierce. Schlossnagle's introductory press conference with UT is tomorrow at 11 a.m. After the break, Steel starting QB makes his college plans official. Former Spur George Hill is hosting a camp, and a local AAU volleyball team wins big. The high school football season is only 2 months away, and one-star quarterback in the area made a big announcement this afternoon. Steel's Chad Warner officially committed to the UTEP football program. The 6'3" dual-threat QB chose UTEP over other offers he received from Naval Academy and Grambling State. Warner is entering his senior year at Steel. If you have a little one who loves to shoot some hoops, former San Antonio Spurs guard George Hill will be holding a basketball camp tomorrow from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Sotomayor High School. Almost 100 kids have signed up for the camp, hoping to learn some new tips and tricks from the 15-year NBA veteran. And if you would like to sign your child up for the camp, we have a link in the sports section of our website for more details. Before we wrap up sports, this is the San Antonio Juniors at the AAU Junior National Volleyball Championships in Florida, the largest volleyball tournament in the world. And San Antonio won the 16 Aspire division yesterday. The squad went 14-0 in the tournament en route to capturing the championship title, making San Antonio proud. Love it.
Awesome. Love it.
That's great. Love it. Thanks, Mary.
Yeah.
Thank you. We'll be right back. HEB is acquiring more property near its headquarters in Southtown. The office and retail space at 714 South Santa Rosa was most recently assessed to be worth around $3.5 million. And now it belongs to the Texas grocery giant.
Yeah, HEB bought the space from Hickson Properties. You can learn more about the acquisition in this article on our website, ksat.com. Adam.
All right, I mentioned the stage 3 watering. That's, once a week on your watering day between 5 and 10 a.m. or 9 p.m. and midnight. And that's in effect now. You look at the past 30 days and it wasn't all that bad locally. Let me go back to that. Wasn't all that bad locally for rainfall. About 81% of our average rainfall. But you look at the past 365 days, that's the problem. Way below average.
Oh, so we haven't made up for what we lost.
Nope.
All right. Well, thank you. Have a wonderful night. See you tomorrow.
Good night.